tuning in. As y'all can already tell, Big Bob done got him a buck for this season. This is one of my 2 buck tags, but I guess we'll just jump right into the story. So just kind of establish a little bit of a background. We were working on the cabin a lot, not really hunting much. We had got the bows out and sighted them in, made sure we were on target and everything. But I wasn't going in the mornings or anything because we were in school. And then on the weekends we were trying to put in some good days of working on the cabin. If you haven't seen the cabin videos, you should definitely go check those out though. It's been really fun. But we had been seeing the same group of little bucks running around with some more does, and as we were watching that same group just about every day come into the food plot, we started to notice a couple of bigger ones walk in with them. Working on the cabin door actually at my grandfather's place, and so I would just leave his house about an hour or 2 before dark so I could come home and hunt for the last hour or so of light. So I did this for 3 days, and the first 2 days I went, just saw the same small bucks we've been seeing. It was a 2-pointer with one side broke off, and then there was another young 8 that was kind of hanging around with him, but he was obviously like a 2-year-old. He wasn't very big, not very heavy or anything. But then on the 3rd day we were going, this was, I think we had almost gotten done with the door, and I left about an hour early and got here, and me and Daddy went out to the cabin just like the 2 days before, and we got out there, saw the same little 2-pointer that y'all just saw walking around, and then about right at sunset another about 2-year-old 8-point walks out. And I knew he was just like some of the other ones. He wasn't much, he wasn't very heavy, didn't have too much mass. And I knew I didn't want to shoot him. So as he just kind of came grazing through and we were watching him, just kind of checking him out, you know. And then about that time we looked behind him and there just came this massive body, just like wide 8-point. So I saw him walk in, and whenever you look at the one in front of him and the one in him, you could just tell he was a more mature buck. He carried himself different and he was just fat. He was huge. When I saw him walk in behind that other buck, I knew I needed to take a shot if I got it, and so I knew it was a decent buck. You could tell he had a little more mass than just an average 2-year-old. And so I was watching him. I was wanting him to come in about 35 yards. 35 yards, about the only farthest distance I'm comfortable shooting one, and I don't want to injure one at all. And so I was waiting for him to come in, and he was following right behind this other 8-point, the younger one, and they both stayed at about 50 yards, and I really needed them to come down to like 35. Well, they came in and they just walked right around the pond, and I was like, dang, there's no way they're going to get back up here close to the cabin before light is up. So we only had about 30 minutes or so of light left, and so they walked around, and I thought, well, I guess we'll just have to watch them eat, you know. And then we were standing there, and all of a sudden a car comes down the neighbor's driveway, and they both took off running. They jumped the fence on the other side. So I said, let's just go ahead and get out of here. Well, we can get out before they come back in the plot, because I knew that if we stayed in the cabin, there was no way they'd get close enough before dark. So I just decided we would go get out of there and not spook them out later when it gets dark. So I started going out the door, and about that time Daddy said, here they come. So they're already coming back in from the neighbor's fence, and they were coming right in the direction of the food plot, like they were going to walk right back out there. Well, I knew that there was still no way they'd get up there close enough. So I said, I'm just going to try to sneak down there and get closer to them so when they come out in the plot I can get a shot. So I started sneaking out there. Well, if you call a fat boy walking through the woods sneaking, I guess you can. But I started sneaking out there, and I got about 2/3 as far as I wanted to be, and the younger buck walks out in the food plot, and he started looking right at me. So I just had to sit tight and be still so he wouldn't spook. And then after he started going back to eating, I started looking around for the bigger one, and I finally spotted him through the tree, and he was staying right under the acorn tree, just eating in circles, not even starting my way. And he ate under there for like 5 minutes. And if you know, I only have 10 or 15 minutes left of light. 5 minutes is a long time to just be sitting there waiting on him to walk through. So about the time I was thinking all hope was lost, he makes a beeline straight for the food plot. So he was walking across there through the trees. I'm trying to range of where I think he's about to be, trying to get ready, trying to find a hole to shoot him through. And I finally got ready, finally found the pin and everything, the distance he was, and then he stops right behind a tree. And his vitals are directly behind the tree. I hope y'all can see on the video. And he's just standing there. I couldn't take a shot. There's nothing to hit. It's only his neck and head and his butt. All I needed him to do was take like 3 steps and I'd have a shot. And finally, he did.
He's down.
You can't really tell that much from the video, but you could tell in person that he was going down somewhere. You could tell he was hit. And we heard him breaking through all the dead weeds, and then I thought what I heard was a crash. And then, so we waited about 15 minutes, and then we went and checked for blood, checked for the arrow, and we did find the arrow.
Got blood. Yeah, I think we'll wait a little longer before we go in.
So we went back to the house to regroup, just in case it wasn't the best shot ever. We didn't want to spook him out. And then we came back and looked for him, followed the blood trail, and it led us right to him.
We got blood. All right on that. We got more here. Right here. There's passage briars. There's some right in there. Some more. There you go. Big old body. I think we're going to work on getting out of here. That's around it. Yeah. Pretty wide.
Well, I had double lunged him, and he was laying right where we thought we heard him crash. He was dead within about 30 seconds or so of when I shot. And we got him drugged back up there to the house, got him processed. I didn't get to document it very well because we had school and work the next morning. We didn't want to waste no time, but I will go ahead and show y'all what I did get. Well, we got it all iced down, cut up. So, got some salt, water, and ice in there. We'll leave it like that for a day or two, and then we'll take it inside and really process it, get all the silver skin off and all that. But it was a really good hunt, like a rough score. My dad just ran it real quick while I was going to get some stuff. He said like 117, but he's 18 inches wide, so it's still a good deer. It's a bow kill, and I stalked him a little bit. Had to, as y'all hopefully saw, I had to kind of get close to him. We weren't just sitting up in a tree or anything, so this kitty cat was hanging out with us most of the night. You better not come in there. Don't come in the garage. But anyway, I do appreciate y'all watching, and I hope y'all enjoyed. If you want to see some more videos like this, get out of here, cat. Please subscribe, and if you liked the video, leave me a like and maybe share it with some of your friends so that more people see my content, and maybe they'll like it, send it to their friends. But just to kind of help me grow a little bit. But I appreciate y'all watching, and thanks for all the support, and I guess I'll see y'all later.